Hello everyone, it's QueenVLionz back to you with another video. This video pertains to the recent hurricane that has impacted the Caribbean islands, having a major impact on the island of Jamaica. Before I begin, I would like to extend my condolences and support to the Caribbean islands impacted in this catastrophic event. According to reports, communities across the Caribbean on November 1st, 2025 were continuing to pick up the pieces left by the devastating and deadly former Hurricane Melissa, which walloped Jamaica as one of the strongest hurricanes to make landfall in the Atlantic history and brought catastrophic flooding to several islands in the region. Melissa made landfall as a Category 5 hurricane with winds of up to 185 miles per hour in Jamaica on October 28, 2025. It was the most powerful hurricane to ever strike the island's nation, bringing torrential rains and damaging winds, which left hundreds of thousands without power, destroying homes, scattered fields with debris. It next made landfall in Cuba as a Category 3 before going through the Bahamas and passing near Bermuda. The toll of persons no longer here due to the storm have climbed up to 60 as of November 1st, 2025, after the Jamaican government confirmed 28 unalivings on the island in an ex-post shared by Prime Minister Andrew Holness. Lives lost were also reported in Haiti and the Dominican Republic, including in areas that did not experience a direct landfall but saw severe flooding from the slow-moving storm, of which 31 persons passed away in Haiti and at least 23 of those unalive, included 10 children, were the result of the flooding in the coastal town of Petite Grove, where a river burst its banks, and at least 2 persons were reported in the DR unalived, including 1 person who passed away prior to the storm making landfall, according to the Pan American Health Organization. In a statement, Jamaican officials said additional reports of possible fatalities are still being verified. Every single life lost is a huge tragedy, said Dana Morris Dixon, the Jamaican Minister of Education, Skills, Youth, and Information, at a news conference on October 31st, 2025. We have never had a Category 5 hurricane in our country. The devastation in the West is unimaginable. The storm, which dissipated to a post-tropical cyclone on October 31st, 2025, was passing by the coast of Newfoundland, Canada, early in the morning of November 1st, 2025, the Canadian Weather Service stated. Authorities in Jamaica said they were working to deliver food and other aid to people devastated by Hurricane Melissa and recover the bodies of additional people reported unaliving, using helicopters to reach areas with impassable roads. The Country Works Department had made some progress clearing thoroughfares, Dixon stated. Some 462,000 persons are without power. Desmond McKenzie, Jamaica's Minister of Local Government and Community Development, said communications were still knocked out in 5 parishes on October 31st, 2025. In Falmouth, the capital of Trelawney Parish, along the northwestern coast, it is not a pretty reading, he stated. The municipal building has been destroyed, the infirmary destroyed, the roads and works departments destroyed, the courthouse destroyed, McKenzie stated. The situation on the ground is what can only be described as apocalyptic. World Food Program Caribbean Director Brian Bogart stated at a news conference in Black River, Jamaica, near Hurricane Melissa's landfall. It appears as if a bomb has gone off in that community and people are still in shock. Jamaican health officials said the nation's healthcare system has been severely impacted in the storm. 5 major hospitals had to halt or relocate many services after sustaining major damage, including one in St. Elizabeth that suffered a roof collapse, according to Christopher Tufton, the Minister of Health and Wellness of Jamaica. Healthcare workers who were on duty while the hurricane passed have marooned in and in some cases cut off from their home communities, Tufton stated. Health workers have been victims of this tragedy also, he said. Some of them had to man their stations not knowing what was happening to their homes, to their loved ones. Hospitals that weren't as seriously impacted are seeing an influx of patients coming from areas with hospitals that are inoperable or seriously limited, Tufton stated. As Jamaicans work to recover from the devastation and clean up damage, they are also coming into emergency departments with injuries from falls off roofs or ladders or nails penetrating their feet. They are really trying to pick up the pieces, and in doing so, it's creating some accidents, he stated. Tufton also put out a call for desperately needed blood donations and warned that officials are concerned about illnesses related to food contamination as people go without electricity and refrigeration. Also, a concern contaminated water and an increase of mosquitoes and rodents due to standing water. Again, sending support to the Caribbean as you are adapting to this new reality and trying to get back to some form of normality. I can't even begin to imagine the feeling of losing a loved one after a catastrophic hurricane as Melissa. One thing that I saw on my timeline, which bothered my spirit, is some emphasis on some of the tourists who survived this catastrophic moment. Again, some showed out, and not in a kind way, to the point where they felt like they had the authority over these staff members at these hotels, getting upset with staff members because they were not getting hot food every day and just pastries on the island. Again, Hurricane Melissa slammed the island as a Category 5, the strongest hurricane to ever make landfall on the island. And instead of being grateful for another opportunity of life, and instead of thanking God or whomever you serve and appreciating the storm has finally crossed over, instead of being grateful, you had persons being rude, dismissive of the Jamaican people, to the point where we are now having another diaspora war. We do not need this at this time. We need every hand involved supporting Jamaica and the Caribbean. Now, I will not play those videos because I do not want to feed into the diaspora wars. It makes no sense for me to add on to the chaos in which the people of Jamaica have experienced and the tourists experience on the island during the storm. It makes no sense. What I will do is play one specific video from one of the tourists who experienced the unfortunate disaster of Hurricane Melissa, because I need persons to understand that we cannot do this alone. We need our brothers and sisters throughout the diaspora to helping this country coming back anew. And we cannot look down on others in their time of need. We must be mindful because everything that we do on the internet lives on forever. Now you will watch this video and I will be back with my final commentary.
This is why I try my best to keep my mental health together, and just seeing all of this stuff, disaster around me, is not good. You know, we complain, oh, I want to go home, I'm trying to hurry up. But people still have to live here and deal, you know, with all this afterwards, and I'm home. Yeah, that's cool. And then we complain when we get home. And then, you know, just like all this stuff going around, it's just very sad. It's very sad just to sit here and watch them take care of me when they got family that they're worried about. It's not cool. As Americans coming to an island that we just wanted to enjoy and appreciate their culture, but we take a lot of things for granted. We do. And just by me going off on a resort, I tell you, ooh, it hurt to my or to see the devastation. And that's just on this little strip. And just to see people's livelihoods destroyed, and we're complaining because we can't get off the island. Yes, my resort took very good care of us. I'm not complaining. I have full service, everything, but I just want to go down there and help them start cleaning up, but I can't. They won't let me.
I'm so proud of this queen for sharing her story, having empathy while acknowledging the circumstances and the staff members' work ethic and appreciating the moment of being alive, present, and understanding. I pray that she protects her mental health and she rests when she returns home. Continued blessings and success, Queen. In addition to the other tourists who visited Jamaica, the staff members, the hospital workers, the people of Jamaica for taking this storm seriously. While we may have some persons on the island who were not taking it seriously, the Wholeness Administration did the evacuation plan by assisting fellow Jamaicans and visitors finding shelters and higher ground. While I have not been able to get in contact with everyone on text or phone call, the ones that I have been able to reach inform me while there have been some property damage and loss of goods, they are alive. And that is the blessing through all of this. Life. You can always replace a roof, a door, a car, a road, but life, I repeat, a life you cannot replace. I want to again extend my condolences and support to family members who have lost someone during Hurricane Melissa. And I would like to advise persons on the island to be mindful of persons who want to help, because some persons are there who want to take your land. Be careful of signing any documents. If you are unsure of what is going on, go to your local parliament member and ask for assistance, or a family member. In addition, I would like to advise anyone who is donating to any organizations that are going to aid Jamaica to be mindful of scammers. Please do your own due diligence, as we need all hands on deck. I will leave in the description and comments below for organizations and links that support Jamaica at this time. Support the Caribbean. Pray for the Caribbean. Support Jamaica. Pray for Jamaica. And as always, please be safe out here, and I will see you in the next video.